Good afternoon. My name is Trenton Howard, and my fellow partner is Anthony Jones, and today I am presenting brain-based psychology. So, some may ask, what is brain-based psychology? It is the study of brain behavior and cognitive skills, also known as neuropsychology. Both the cognitive skills include anything from learning, whether that be in the workplace, at school, or at home. It just depends on what exactly you're doing. It's anything that requires the brain to receive knowledge and both put out and understand what you're being taught. So, Carl Spencer Lashley is the neuroscientist who is credited with discovering and coining the term of neuropsychology or brain-based learning. He was born on June 7, 1890 in Davis, West Virginia, and passed away on August 7, 1958 in Paris, France. So there are three types of brain-based psychology that we're going to be going over today. Brain-based learning, CTE, which I will say what that stands for in a moment, and then neuroplasticity, which is also the retention and the ability to strengthen knowledge through learning it and repetitiveness. So CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. I always have trouble with pronouncing that. A disease from repeated traumatic brain injuries such as hits to the head. These result from football, wrestling, and any contact sports such as like boxing, rugby, cheerleading even, all the way from peewees, from children that are growing up, all the way up until middle-aged adults that are in such as sports as, the NFL, MMA, the Olympics, really any contact sport or any type of physical activity that would result in a brain injury. Now, several concussions will result in this disease. Pituitary damage within the brain is shown among children from, like I said, peewees, children in football. It has shown that with hits to the head, their pituitary gland has shown damage and therefore has stunted their growth and or stunted other processes that are vital within their childhood. So there are four different stages of the disease, one being the least severe, and then four being the most severe. Now, the first stage is normal symptoms, such as just headaches that come here and there, behavior changes, a little psychology within the brain. There's slight changes, not too much. You show early signs of it, but it's not as severe. For the most severe, which is stage 4, that shows really chronic headaches such as migraines, and from that you'll also have big changes in your behavior and also psychology. So you'll have thoughts of suicide, depression, and severe reactions. Like you are not as calm in everyday life. It's easier to get you very angry very quick, and just overall it changes the chemistry within your brain because some of the parts get damaged, so therefore they cannot operate to what they normally do and how they normally operate in general. So I researched some of the football players from the NFL that brought about this issue. Mike Webster was one of the first individuals that showed this disease kind of and brought it almost to the light of public. So he was a Pittsburgh Steelers offensive center. He one of the bigger guys. Followed suit, Justin, last name, not going to butcher it. He's also from the Pittsburgh Steelers, also on the offensive line as a tackle. Aaron Hernandez, he's a little newer football player from the New England Patriots. He was a tight end. Throughout his career, he was known for his big hits and big plays. Now, later on down the road, when he signed on with the New England Patriots, he eventually went insane with CTE, and led to him murdering his family and himself in the end, he committed suicide. Larry Johnson, he was a Kansas Chief running back, and also Terry Long, he was a Pittsburgh Steelers offensive lineman. Now you can see these are more the Aaron Hernandez and Larry Johnson. They're more of like spectacular positions. Now, like you can see, the other ones, they are kind of like onto the wayside, kind of like reserved. You don't think that they have a lot of head contact, but every single play, they repetitively hit their head with the opposing player. So they're more prone, the offensive linemen. But this is a short list of many other individuals. Now, with CTE, you cannot properly diagnose at the current moment until you have passed away, because what they do is they take the brain and they dissect it and study it. But through this, you can see that their knowledge has went downhill. Their behaviors have turned completely 360 degree, and they went from normal acting people to very aggressive, very disturbed individuals. The study that I found, it gathered research from several sports, like I said, hockey, football, boxing, and also took statistics from the military. Majority of the statistics did come from boxing, though. There was 40-some studies, and majority, around 30, 35, came from boxing. It can shorten the time an individual is expected to develop diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and there's several more. The list went on and on. But some of the diseases that are associated with old age, those will be the ones that you'll see that are developed sooner than what they're supposed to be. And it leads to personality change, behavior changes, and severe mental problems, like I had stated earlier. Now, this part is going to be presented by my fellow partner, Anthony Jones.